Hello, we are going to be doing a really accessible, relaxing flow today. It's really good for beginners, or if you've had a break from yoga, maybe you've just been on holiday for a couple of weeks and you want to just let yourself back in slowly. So coming to lie on your mat. It's very cold today, so I have got the shawl. If you have some bricks at home, maybe have them with you, but I don't think you'll need any props at all for this flow. So lowering yourself down to the mat and just allowing yourself to settle in and become still. Relaxing the face and taking a few steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. Relaxed face. And we're going to take 3 cleansing breaths together, where we inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. On the exhale, just letting go of any tiredness, any tension or sadness that you may be feeling, just breathing it out. Big inhale. Exhale. Big inhale, letting it go. Big inhale, exhale. And just keep going with your steady Ujjayi breath, inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Just using your breath throughout this session to anchor yourself, to anchor the mind. So Iyengar talks about how our minds can become, if we think of our minds like a lake, and that lake can become really muddied, lots of sandbanks and obstructions, because our mind is often so busy, so full of conflicting impulses, and life is really fast and busy, and it's easy to just get swept up in the hecticness of everything. So really using your breath in this practice to quieten down and to really get that lake clear again, so you can see clearly, so you can find that focus. Yoga is a way, or part of yoga is self-study, svadhyaya. So it's a time for you to check in with what's working in your life, what perhaps isn't working, really shining the light on your life. And when you can become still and get out of your conceptual brain, you can find your inner wisdom and know how to act, to do those things that support you, to break away or break free of those things that are draining you. Just achieving clarity and focus in all areas of your life. So we are going to raise a little bit of heat and energy getting into the core. So you can just bring your feet into butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. If this feels too intense in the hips, you can always just grab a couple of cushions and just put them underneath the thighs. If it feels okay, just relax here. Taking those steady breaths. And now I want you just to stretch the arms up above the head. You can interlink the hands and bring the 2 pointer fingers together. And we're going to link this movement with the breath. So I want you to inhale to stay here. And exhale, we're going to squeeze and lift up, bringing the soles of the feet to the ground and maybe bringing the feet hip width apart here. So just lifting up like this. Inhale down. And exhale, squeeze and lift up. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lifting up as far as you can go. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale to squeeze and lift. One more inhale to stay. And exhale to release everything back down to the ground. Good. You can take a stretch out, stretch through the core. And then just walk the feet back in. We're going to take another core strengthening exercise. I want you just to bring the hands onto the abdomen and just feel the connection of the lower back to the mat. So you're contracting the belly inwards, belly to spine, really feeling that engagement. And then we're going to bring the arms up so they're parallel to each other and the hands are parallel. And we're just going to lift up the right leg, so lifting up the right leg. So the thighs are parallel to each other and the right foot is flexed in towards you. We're going to inhale to stay. Exhale to squeeze and lift up. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale to extend, squeeze and lift up. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, keep lifting up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Stretching up. Lift the small of the back and have a stretch through the core. And then release. Again, bring the hands onto the belly. Establish the belly so your navel is drawing towards the spine. Belly's contracting and you're closing the back between the lower back and the floor. And then we're going to bring the arms, the hands parallel. Lift up the left leg. Good. Toes pointing towards you. Inhale to stay. Exhale to squeeze and lift as high as you can go. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, keep lifting up. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Stretch it out. You can maybe stretch out through the legs and the toes as well. Reaching long. Can you feel that heat and energy that we've already created in the body? And then we're going to just walk the feet back in towards you. And we're going to come up into a bridge pose. So bring the fingers towards the heels. For most of us, that's about the right place to have the feet. But if you're really tall, it may not be. So just being mindful that when you come up, if it doesn't feel that your feet are where they should be, you can just adjust. Roll the arms so the palms are facing up. And we're going to lift up into a bridge, squeezing and lifting up, engaging the glutes. See if you can imagine that you've got a block between the thighs so that you're hugging. So hug the inner thighs into each other and keep drawing the tailbone forward. Breathe here. Opening up through the heart space. And now just slowly lowering vertebrae by vertebrae all the way back down to the ground. And we're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest. Stretch the left leg out, engaging through that left leg and foot. You can take some circles into the right ankle. And then just keep squeezing the inner right hip, drawing that knee towards the right shoulder. And we're going to come over into a twist, so you can bring that right knee over to the left, and you can either straighten out the leg here, looking over the right shoulder, Or it might feel better to stack the knees like I'm showing and just have your left palm onto the right outer leg. So you choose which feels best in your body and just focus on trying to drop the right shoulder down towards the mat. Staying with your Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And then when you're ready, teeing out the arms, use your core to come back up to center. And we're going to stretch the right leg long, keeping engaged through that leg and hug in the left knee towards the left shoulder. Chin is lightly tucked here. Then again, find your twists. So you're going to bring the left leg over towards the right, either straightening that leg out, or if that feels too much, again, stacking the knees and lying in a little fetal shape, but finding your twist. Using your right hand on the outer leg to just guide it a little further away from you to accentuate that twist and relax. And then from here, teeing out the arms, use your core to come back up to center. And you can come to center and just bring the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Just windshield wiper the legs out from side to side, just to relieve the back of any niggles that you may be feeling in the lower back after bridge. Good, and then coming back to center. So we're going to do a really beautiful flow with the legs here. So I'm going to have my back to you, because it's easier to see for you if I do. So we're going to just come down onto our backs, and you're going to bring the arms out to the sides in a T shape with the palms facing down. And then just stretching the legs as wide as you can, and see if you can round the lower back towards the mat. So we really want to, again, get the navel or drawing in towards the spine. So you're engaging the core and you're really engaging through the inner thighs. This is a beautiful sequence we're going to do for the lower back, for the abs, and for the inner legs. And also it involves a really nice spinal twist as well for spinal health. So what we're going to do is just bring the left leg all the way down, but keep the right leg open, maintain that openness, and then start to draw the left leg down. And then find your twist. So you're looking over the right shoulder here. Legs are stacked. And feel where you feel the stretch. I can feel it all the way through the legs and into the lower back on the right side. Really, really beautiful for the spine. You can hopefully feel this into the bottom right side of the back a little, looking after the muscles of the quadratus labora. When you're ready, coming back up and coming down the other way, finding your twist, looking over the left shoulder. And we're just going to stay with the sequence for a few more breaths. When you're ready, lifting the legs back up, rolling onto the lower back, drawing the navel in towards the spine. And over to the left, looking over the right shoulder, making your way back up, stretching the legs away from each other. And over to the right, last time. Finding your twist, looking over the left arm and fingers. And coming back up. Stretching the legs wide apart. And then from here, finding your happy baby. So your two peace fingers can come round the big toe or on to the outer edges of the feet. And we're going to draw the feet to the outer shoulders, outer edges of the shoulders, getting a really deep stretch into the back of the legs. See if you can press the lower back into the mat. Maybe starting to have a little rock here on the lower back. And then when you're ready, just rolling to one side. And you're going to come all the way up to a seat. And you can come into your tabletop position, cow-cat. Making your way into table with the hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's take our cow-cat. So inhale to drop the belly, shine the heart forward. And exhale to push through the hands, tuck the tailbone under, round through the shoulders. Inhale forward, open the heart. Exhale to round. Inhale forward. And exhale to round and contract. And just coming back to center. We're going to come down onto forearms now and work a little bit more into the core. So I want you to bring the right leg up and back and bring it all the way over to the left. Shake out the head here, just look through at the toes. And we're going to just bring the right knee towards the right elbow and come forward onto the hands. So we'll take it slowly and then we'll speed up 1 breath per movement. So let's inhale, coming onto the hands, knee to right elbow. And exhale to flow back down onto forearms. Let's do 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. And exhale to flow back. Inhale to stay, stretching here. Exhale, bring the leg all the way over to the right, planting the right sole of the foot. Breathe into the stretch in the inner right leg. Let the head and neck dangle here and relax. And then walking the hands back towards you. Let's find our way into our gate pose, reaching up high, and then just stretching and reaching towards the right leg. Rolling the top shoulder back. Inhale to come back up. Exhale the left hand down and the right hand up. Shoulder over shoulder. Stretch and reach. Maybe now bringing the right leg up. Drawing that right hip a little bit back. Engaging through the right leg and glutes. And let's see if we can stretch and reach. Rotate the chest and heart open. And release, coming all the way back to center, down onto forearms again. And just bringing the left leg back and over to the right. Looking through at the toes again, just shake the head and neck out, make sure you are really relaxing through the neck and head. And when you're ready, let's inhale to shift forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe here. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Bring that leg over to the left side. Again, breathe into the stretch. So if you plant your left foot down firmly on the ground, you should feel this wonderful stretch in the inner left leg. Melting the head and neck down. And then walking the hands back towards you. Let's reach both arms up and crescent over the left leg. Breathe into the intercostal muscles between the ribs, opening up. Inhale. Exhale the right hand down and the left hand comes up. Draw the shoulders away from each other. And now maybe again lifting the left leg up. Engaging that leg, flexing the toes, they point towards you. Maybe drawing the left hip slightly back, so you're engaging through the glutes, the piriformis here, and starting maybe to reach forward and rotate the chest a little open. Make sure the neck is relaxed. And release, come all the way back to center. And we're just going to find a wide-legged child's pose. You can bring the knees wide, lower yourself down, forehead comes down. Just allowing the breath to settle. And releasing. So from here, coming back up into table, and let's make our way into our first downward dog. So walking the feet back and the hands forward. You can maybe bend one leg and straighten the other, just warming up the legs, the back, the shoulders. Good, and then find some stillness. See if you can draw the chest towards the thighs. Maybe shake out the head here. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, inhale. Exhale. Good, we're going to inhale the right leg up and just take some circles here through that right hip. Circling back around the other way. Good, and then sending that leg back straight and square. Pointing the toes down, so you're flexing the foot, drawing back, pressing into the left foot, drawing back through the right. Big inhale. And exhale to step that right leg all the way forward, sinking the hips down. Breathing here. Really getting into the hip flexors, releasing tension, emotional stress from the hips, from the psoas, and then walking the hands back up. The knee is over the ankle here, reaching both arms up, engaging through the front of the left leg as well as the glutes. And we're going to take heart opening pose here. So inhale to stay and exhale to drop the shoulders down, open up the heart space. Inhale to come back. Exhale to open up, drop the shoulders down. Last one, inhale back. Exhale to drop the hips, open up the heart space. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale to release back down. We're just going to step back and lower all the way down, finding your Sphinx pose. So bringing the arms out in an 11 shape, and see if you can push down through the feet or press through the feet, through the pubic bone, and pull forward through the forearms as if you want to drag yourself forward. And here just breathing into your heart space. You can close your eyes anytime you want to. Draw the awareness inwards. And then lowering back down. You're going to press up to a table or plank. Back to downward dog. And let's take a flow here. So when you're ready, inhale to shift forward into plank or table. And exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, make your way back to downward dog. Just taking the same sequence on the other side. We're going to lift up the left leg and open up the left hip. Synchronizing the breath. Good, and then again, sending that left leg back, so the hips are square, draw the leg back, inhale, and exhale to step that leg forward, dropping the right knee down. First of all, just dropping the hips, and then coming back up and finding your low lunge and Vinyasana, bringing the arms with the palms facing towards each other, or the palms together. And this time bringing the hands so they're interlinked back behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Be careful not to strain the neck. And to come out, tucking the chin in lightly. And let's bring the hands down, stepping back, lowering into your Sphinx again. Dragging yourself forward with the forearms. And releasing all the way down, pressing back up through table or plank, back to downward dog. So this time inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog, and exhale to step forward to the top of the mat. Coming up into your high lunge, you can bring the hands on the hips to find your stability, your alignment. Making sure the feet are wide enough apart on the mat so you feel stable. And then bringing both arms up. So you want your shoulders to be aligned over the pelvis here. And let's take a side stretch. So a little bit of a balance challenge, bringing the right hand onto the right hip for stability. See if you can stretch over towards the right. Again, getting that beautiful stretch into the front of the left leg. And then coming back to center, bringing both hands parallel to each other. And then let's bring the hands on the hips to just step up to the top of the mat. Good, coming to the top of your mat, bringing the feet hip width apart. Let's inhale, arms rise. And exhale to flip the hands up, interlinked. Inhale to stay, engage with the legs. Exhale, hands behind you. And we're going to take a flow here. So grounding through the feet, we're going to inhale to open up. And exhale, come into chair legs, fold to lengthen the spine. Inhale to open. And exhale into chair, drop the bottom down. Inhale to open. And exhale to close. Breathe here, maybe stretch the arms forward for this one. Make sure you're not clenching into the shoulders, engage the lower belly. And then fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to fold. And I want you just to bring the feet a little bit wider. Let's bend the left knee really generously and bring the right leg straight or working towards straight. If you're at home, you can always bring something under the hands if they don't quite reach the ground. We're just going to curl the hands round to the left, getting that huge excuse me, that huge stretch into the right outer leg, an IT bend. You should be able to feel this a little bit into the lower back as well. And coming back round to center. This time let's bend the left leg and curl the hands around to the right. Relaxing the head and neck. And then coming all the way back to center. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale to fold, coming into your Malasana. So if you have knee issues and you can't come right into a yogi squat, just staying a little bit higher, maybe taking a pose like this with the forearms onto the thighs and opening up the hips from there. So just finding what works in your body, taking into account any injuries you may have. Just thinking the tailbone down, lifting through the crown of the head. And just tuning in here to how you feel. And that line of energy from the base of your spine, the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra, located between the anus and the perineum, right at the base of the spine, and that invisible line of energy just in front of the spine, all the way up through the crown of the head, connecting to the earth and to the heavens. And then from here, releasing down, stepping back to downward dog. Let's take a flow here or skip it. Inhaling, shifting forward, and exhale to lower all or halfway down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, make your way back to downward dog. Let's take lion's breath where we stick out the tongue on the exhale. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So from here, let's lift up the left leg. Exhale to step forward. Finding that flow on the second side, so hands onto the hips. Finding your balance. Reaching the arms up. And maybe finding that side bend to the left. Left hand onto the left hip. Right hand comes over to the left. And coming back to center. And let's step up to the top of the mat. Good. So from here, finding your tree pose, bringing the weight into the left foot, so grounding through the left foot, and bringing the right foot onto the left leg. Keep drawing the right knee open, maybe bringing the leg all the way up to the inner thigh. If it's here, just engaging, pressing the left thigh into the foot and the foot into the thigh, and maybe growing your branches up. Feeling your own strength, that sense of groundedness, stability, even if you wobble as I am, just making your way back in again. And bringing the palms to your heart center, releasing out. And shake out the legs between sides, any little movements to just feel good here. And then again, let's switch sides. Again, maybe reaching the arms up high. And bringing the palms to your heart center, releasing back down. Just facing the top of the mat here. Let's take our flow. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale to dive forward. Bending the knees as much as you need to, half lift. Stepping back to plank. Chaturanga. Lowering down. Up dog or cobra. Back to downward dog. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale the right leg up, open up the right hip, find some circles, or bring that right leg all the way back behind you for your wild thing, dropping the hips and then just lifting up. Again, open up through your chest, your heart center, the throat. And just feel the sense of openness wherever you are, in whatever position, making your way back and bringing that right leg to the top of the mat, making your way into Warrior Two. Looking forward over the fingertips, and just checking that the arms are equal height. Find that dynamic energy, so reaching forward, reaching back, and then reaching from the base of the spine up through the crown of the head. Inhale to reach the arms together, front leg straightens, and exhale to lower back down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale to sink the hips down. Good, so from here, let's bring the hands onto the hips, parallel the feet out. And we're just going to fold forwards. The feet are parallel. Open up the chest here. Inhale. And exhale. Fold it forward. Bring the hands down. And when you arrive here, you may be able to heel toe the feet out wider. And see if you can really drop and dangle the head and neck so you're letting go here. You may be able to bring the head all the way down to touch. So forward folds are a wonderful way to get the blood flow to the brain. Really wonderfully calming for the nervous system. When you're ready, you can inhale, half lift. Exhale, just making your way all the way to the top of the mat and just stepping it back. Good. So second side, inhale, the left leg rises, open up the left hip, and again circling or maybe bringing it back behind you and finding your wild flame. Let's inhale to flow back, sending the left leg to the top of the mat and setting up for your Warrior Two on the second side. Looking forward beyond the fingers. Just finding that focus and concentration. Inhale to lift. Exhale to sink the hips down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower down. And we're going to come from here, so I'm just going to turn around to face you. We're going to bring the feet out so they're parallel to each other and just bring the arms onto the thighs, so dropping the forearms to the thighs. Let's reach the right arm up and over. And switch sides. And then from here, coming back, just adjusting if you need to bring the feet closer together. Lengthening out or drawing the tailbone back. And then dropping the right shoulder down, looking over the left. Breathing here. And then changing sides. We're going to bring the hands down and just walk them back round to the top of the mat and step back into your downward dog. Let's take our flow one more time. So inhale, shifting forward, and exhale to lower all the way or halfway. Upward dog or cobra, back to downward dog. Big inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale.
side. Just finding a moment of stillness here. Connecting with your breath. And we're just going to reach the right leg up and exhale to step it all the way forward, finding your pigeon. So crossing the right shin across the mat. And then sinking the hips down, any variation you want to make here. Or you can also take this seated if it's too much for knees. Just lowering yourself down. Bringing the forehead down maybe completely. And as we start to slow our practice down, see if you can lengthen the exhale. So the exhale becomes even longer than the inhale. And release. Let's walk the hands back, roll the weight onto that right hip. Let's swing the left leg all the way forward. So we're going to cross the left knee. And just, you can keep the bottom leg folded, or I prefer to bring it out straight to ground a little bit more through the sit bones here. And we're going to find a spinal twist. So use your hands on the front of the left shin to create some length and height through the spine, so you're really tall and straight through the spine. And we're going to inhale to lift up, and exhale, just twist to the left. You can wrap the leg or hook the elbow and just twist round. Just keeping going, staying with your steady breath. And then from here, coming back. And it might feel nice just to drop over to the right. And release. From here, coming into your Shavasana boat pose, we're going to lift up the legs, engage your Ujjayi breath, roll the shoulders back and open up through the heart space here. And maybe start to straighten the legs, lift the arms, stay with the breath. One more inhale, exhale, cross at the end. Let's just make your way back to downward dog. Good. And then from here, let's inhale the left leg up and exhale, coming into your pigeon to the left side. Draw the hips back and lower yourself all the way down. And to come out, just walking the hands back, roll the weight onto the left hip, swing the right leg over. And again, you can choose whether you have the left leg straight or folded here. Find the length in your spine and ground through the sit bones here. Lifting on up and then twisting round. And releasing. One more time into your boat pose. Bring the hands behind the knees, lift yourself up. Maybe starting to lift up a little bit more. And release. You can draw everything in. Give yourself a little hug here. You've worked really hard, and we're going to come down onto our backs now. So we're going to do a couple more postures from lying down, but if you want to get any extra layers of clothing on, it's very cold in the studio today, so I'm definitely going to take a jumper. When you're ready, you can just lower yourself down onto the mat. And we're going to find our bridge pose again, so you can just reach for the heels with the fingers and flip the palms so they face up, lifting up, maybe interlinking the hands. And just holding your bridge. Again, hug the inner thighs, press through the big toe side of the foot to keep the knees in line with the hips, not splaying open. And when you're ready, you can gently, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the hands onto the knees and just finding some knee circles. And in the other direction. And one more time, finding your happy baby, two-piece fingers around the big toes or onto the outer edges of the feet, or really wherever you can get a hold of, and then pulling firmly on wherever you've got. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs and just finding a little bit of freedom here. So maybe bending and straighten the legs, rocking from side to side. Making this your own happy baby. What's your body craving, calling for? Learning to honor your body's needs. And learning to honor all your needs a little more each day. Your yoga practice is your time to reflect on your life. What's working for you, what isn't working so well. Where you want to put your energy. And then releasing, you can hug the knees in. Maybe a little final rock from side to side on the lower back. And then when you're ready, you can make your way into your Shavasana, finding your blankets if you want them, to make sure you can completely relax. Legs a little wider than hip width apart, feet full open to the sides, palms facing up, and relax. Feeling yourself surrendering down to the ground. Your work is done, and this is your time to really absorb the benefits. Relaxing the face, the jaw, the eyes. Completely letting go of any control and just following the natural rhythm of your breath.
And if you are ready to come out of your Shavasana, you can start to wake up with me. If you can remain longer, I really encourage you to just switch me off now. Otherwise, we can start to circle the ankles and the feet. Maybe a stretch. And then just roll onto your right side, making a pillow for your head with your arm or your hand. And when you're ready, rolling up to a seat, pressing yourself up using the outer hand. Maybe bringing the hands onto the upper chest, one over the other, or anywhere where you feel right, any position. Just connecting with your breath one more time in our session together. Feeling a sense of peace, complete relaxation here. And bringing your hands to prayer position at heart center. Let's close our practice with a chant of Om together. Big inhale. Namaste. Thank you.